are you doing today,
Sure.
Anthony?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm actually went outside for a little bit. I'm in Colorado Springs right now for training with the rest of the USA Olympic qualification team. So from what it looks like, we'll be fighting again in about 2 months. And right now we're just training. So I was just right here with some teammates of mine out fishing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just relaxing and enjoying the Sunday afternoon.
And what's the team spirit like? Have you got some characters in that group?
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of the energy. We feed off of each other's energy, and we got some of them, entertaining guys on the team, and some training partners as well. A good friend of mine, I'm always with him. He's actually my roommate. Is Raheem Gonzalez, the #1 light heavyweight for Team USA. So me and him are real close like that, and yeah, we've been pushing each other throughout this camp, and everything's going smooth so far. And our camp ends Tuesday. Yeah, in 2 days.
How frustrating was it that it was put back a year to Tokyo next year?
Yeah, at first, it was frustrating. I was a little disappointed because we were about a week out from the Continental qualifiers in Argentina, and all of us were peaked. We looked really good in sparring. We were really strong. We were just ready to qualify and for the Olympics, and we got the news that that it was canceled. Oh, well, it wasn't canceled. It was postponed for we didn't really know at the time. It was we had heard that it would have been postponed for about a month or so, or maybe even a little over a month. I think it was like up until May or something. And as time went by, I mean, it completely got postponed for like till next year. And well, now the way I see it, I just feel like it's we could be more prepared for next year. That's the way I'm taking it, because me myself, I'm actually new. I'm a new member, the newest member on the USA Olympic team, or the USA team in general. And I feel like I could use that to my advantage, just get more experience, get more international experience. I have one international tournament that I did in the Stranger tournament. It was in Sofia, Bulgaria. I got a bronze medal there. So in this year, I'm just trying to make the most of it.
Yeah. You're from East Los Angeles, started boxing at 12. You was kickboxer before that. Did that really help you when you did start boxing?
Oh, I did, because I already had a feel for that, and taking kicks. Kicks are pretty brutal. I had my first my first fight. It was a Muay Thai fight. There was knees in it, and I remember just throwing them knees. I remember dropping the kid about 6 times. I was like 9 at the time, and I just fell in love with combat sports in general. And I've also done wrestling. I've done jiu-jitsu, and I've done grappling. But I always like standing up. I always like striking. So well, when I was kickboxing at the time, maybe I was around 10 or 11, and I had there was a good friend of mine. He was a kickboxing coach, but he boxed himself, and he trained me kickboxing. But little by little, he helped me transition into boxing, and I had my first boxing fight at 13, and from there, I mean, shit, I'm now on the on the USA Olympic team. 6 years later.
When was it that you thought I can take this to the top level?
It was when I won my first national title. I won my first national title when I was 14. It was the 2015 National Silver Gloves. And I entered that tournament as a novice. I had less than 10 fights. And I just had it in me. I just had that work ethic. I worked very hard. I was talented as well. So that's what happens when you're you work hard. I went in there. I believe it was my 8th fight. I fought a kid that had 80 fights. And then I advanced to the next level, which was the regionals, and it was I think that was my 10th fight when I was training open, and I fought a kid that had about 130 fights, and I gave him an 8 count and everything. I almost stopped him, and that's how I got my ticket to the nationals in Missouri. And from there, I won my first national title. I think it was my 12th fight that I won, and from there I knew I was able to capture more titles and eventually make the Olympic team.
Now, you've got very good coaches, haven't you? Your main coach is Edgar Jasso, and you work with Manny Robles as well, who everyone knows through Andy Ruiz, and he's got many other top fighters. What are they like as coaches?
Oh, they're great coaches. They know, they've been in this game for a while. They have experience. Manny Robles, he He's worked with the 2012 Olympic team, so he knows what it's like around there. And Edgar, I'm happy to work with them. I'm in very good hands right now. And the sparring I get there, at the gym in Knockouts Boxing in Southgate, California, I get a lot of I spar with pros. I spar with a lot of pros like Oscar Negrete and other prospects, other fighters that show up there, and that has helped me prepare for these amateur tournaments. So that has helped me a lot training with them.
And when I've watched your other videos, Anthony, you come across as very confident. And does that help? Because boxing is, the highs are so addictive because they're so good, but the lows are so low, are so bad. Does that confidence help you deal with setbacks that you've had?
Oh yeah, it does. It does, because the way I take my setbacks, you just learn from things, right? Over time, some things don't go your way, and all you can do is just really learn from them and make sure you don't make those mistakes in the future. So that's the way I take everything that I'm going through right now. I'm taking as, I'm just using it as experience for, in the future. So I'm learning a lot in this journey.
And how do you deal with the pressure? What was the pressure like when you went for the Olympic team trials, for example? That must have been big.
I did have some pressure, but I didn't let it affect me in a negative way. I was excited. I was more excited than anything. And the nerves were there, but the nerves were always there. So I just used them. I used them to motivate me to train harder and to get what I always wanted, and I felt like I always deserved, because I worked so hard for it and I've sacrificed so much for it. And that's I just here we are now.
Obviously, at top level boxer, you wouldn't be in the Olympic team USA. So obviously, you're top level. But two fights that are on YouTube that are good to watch for anybody watching this who can see how good you are is when you fought for the WBC Green Belt Challenge against Diego Roldan, and the other one was Alejandro Barracas. Two excellent fights. What do you remember of those?
Well, from what I remember, those were two fights that I had, amateur fights that I had in the WBC tournaments. So with Alejandro Barajas, I fought him in it was the 2018 WBC tournament, and he was a little bit taller than me, so I did what I had to do. I went to the body, came up on top, and then finished with the body again, and that slowed him down, and that worked for me. And well, with the 2019 one with Diego Roldan, he was from Argentina, and it's funny how this was a story. He showed up from Argentina about a week before the tournament, and he was a featherweight. So he fights at 125 pounds. I'm a flyweight. I fight at 114 pounds, and he showed up to the tournament, and he was looking for a fight, right? And I didn't have any. I didn't have a fight yet, and it was a Thursday, and there wasn't an elite bout yet to fight for the. And he asked me if we wanted to fight for the WBC bout that Saturday, and I said yeah, I took it. And well, I fought him. He was a southpaw as well. I fought him. I watched some footage of him, and I boxed him good. He was a really strong fighter, and yeah, I won by unanimous decision, and I got the WBC belt.
Now, I think it was against Roldan. You got presented with it by two of my favourite fighters, Mikey Garcia and Brandon Rios. It must have been great to meet them. Which fighters do you look up to?
The fighters that I look up to, I've always looked up to Iron Mike Tyson. He's, I've always wanted to be a heavyweight just because of Mike Tyson. I wanted to move like him. I wanted to hit like him. I want to do everything like him. And yeah, I really do. He's my favorite fighter of all time. It'll have to be Mike Tyson.
He's boxing in Los Angeles, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, against Roy Jones, right? In Carson. I would love to go there, check that fight out.
And my son, he's had 70 contests, so as well as I do, it takes over the family, doesn't it? Not just yourself. How important your family and friends been in getting you this far in your boxing career?
Oh well, it's very important. Both my parents, I have 100% support, and without that, it would have been almost impossible to get to where I'm at today. My father, he's sometimes there's days where you had to get off of work early, or you had to take me to the gym. And same thing with my mom as well. She they sacrificed a lot for me. And they're gonna get I'm gonna pay them back eventually. And they're very proud of me. And I just gotta stay focused and keep doing what I'm doing.
I mean, what you've achieved already is great. You're one of 13 boxers from Team USA in the whole country. And you going to Argentina for the qualifiers, that's a great achievement. But what would it mean to represent your country? You already represented them, but in the Olympic Games.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I want to end that gold medal drought for the United States men's team. And there hasn't been a Olympic gold medalist since Andre Ward, and Mexican American Olympic gold medalist since Oscar De La Hoya. And in my weight since I believe it was 1984 that there hasn't been a gold medalist in my weight. So I want to make history, and it means a lot to me to be able to do that, because it's just something that not everybody gets this opportunity, and I'm just going to take full advantage of it, and to do it for my country and do it for my family and everybody that supports me.
And how important is your heritage? Because you're Mexican and El Salvador heritage as well, aren't you? As well as you're American.
Yeah. I'm doing it for three countries. My mom, she's Salvadorian. My father's Mexican, and I was born in East Los Angeles. So it's very important. I have a lot of people from those three countries looking up to me, and I'm gonna do it for them.
And looking forward after that, you must get every coach saying to you that you've got a pro style and you'll suit the pros. Is that your intention after the games?
I do want to turn pro after the Olympic Games. I want to make my pro debut maybe sometime in the fall, and I want to stay very active after that, and eventually get a world title. But who knows? We'll see what happens after the Olympic Games. Maybe I might stay another 4 years, but or I might turn pro. But yes, I do have that pro style, training with pros, and it's helped me a lot in the amateurs. But yeah, only time will tell. We'll see what happens once the Olympics come.
What advice would you give a young amateur now, listening to you, about how to reach the level that you're at now? What commitments it's taken?
I would say to be consistent, to be very consistent, and stay focused. Know what you want, set goals for yourself, and don't give up. Don't stop doing what you're doing, and just keep chasing after your dreams. Distractions, you got to put them to the side, because there will be a lot of distractions coming around, and you just got to know what you want, and you really got to go after it. That's what I would tell them.
Well, thank you very much for that, Anthony. All the best for the Olympic trials and the Olympic Games when you do get there.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate this.